In this video, we'll talk about the top 10 most haunted houses in the world. So before starting, please do like the video and subscribe to this channel for future updates. Fall brings us tourists, foliage, apple cider, and pumpkin pie, but for some of us, we want something a little scarier to make our hearts race. If you too prefer real ghosts and ghouls over garish haunted homes on Halloween, then stay tuned to find out about the 10 most haunted houses in the world. Number 10, the Whaley House Museum, San Diego, California. Yankee Jim Robinson was executed in 1852 for grand larceny. After he died, Yankee Jim's ghost plagued Thomas and Anna Whaley's home. His clumping footsteps were reportedly heard all around the house. After their death, Mr. and Mrs. Whaley, a small girl, and even a family dog have been also seen in the house, according to Time magazine. The U.S. Commerce Department deemed the Whaley House haunted in the 1960s. The Whaley House Museum, with ghosts and gravestones, will soon begin to offer night tours. The tour company's website lists opening dates. Number 9, House of Death, New York City, New York. Greenwich Village has some of the world's most attractive real estate, except for one brownstone on West 10th Street. The House of Death is haunted by 22 people who lived or died there, including a 6-year-old child tortured to death by her adoptive father. The mansion in New York City has a celebrity history. Mark Twain stayed there in 1900 and continued to visit throughout his life. Jane Bryant Bartle's book, Spindrift, Spray from a Psychic Sea, explores the house's ghostly history. This street is a popular stop on New York City ghost tours, including New York Ghosts' citywide tour. Number 8, Winchester Mystery House, San Jose, California. According to legend, the ghosts of everyone killed by a Winchester rifle haunt a San Jose, California Victorian residence. Sarah Winchester, heir to the Winchester rifle fortune and the founder's widow, built room after room to store them in. Winchester designed a labyrinth with dead-end halls, cut-off staircases, sloping floors, and chambers. ABC News says the house has 10,000 windows, 2,000 doors, 47 fireplaces, 40 stairs, 13 baths, and 9 kitchens. Since Winchester's death in 1922, the mansion has allowed tourists. Number 7, Lizzie Borden Bed and Breakfast, Fall River, Massachusetts. Andrew and Abby Borden were axe-murdered in 1892. Police suspected Lizzie, Andrew's daughter. Lizzie was acquitted but lived in fear of being convicted. Her ghost is said to laugh at the top of the stairs in her murdered parents' Fall River, Massachusetts home. The house is now a museum and bed and breakfast with ghost cams where tourists can spend the night listening to Lizzie's ghost, her slaughtered parents, or the maid's screams after finding them dead in their beds. Virtual tours are just as weird as in-person ones. Number 6, Villisca Axe Murder House, Villisca, Iowa. Villisca, Iowa, 1,252 people, offers travelers a spooky visit. The Villisca Axe Murder House. In 1912, a family, including 4 children and 2 friends, was axed to death in a white wood-built house. Several suspects, including an Iowa senator, were named, but no one was charged. Over a century later, their ghosts are still said to still haunt the mansion. Visitors can plan tours or spend the night experiencing the supernatural. The experience is operational and provides overnight excursions with all appropriate health and safety safeguards. Number 5, Adams, Tennessee's Bell Witch Cave. John Bell purchased lands near Tennessee's Red River in the early 1800s. Bell and his family prospered on the farm until they noticed strange-looking animals, including a dog with a rabbit's head. From then on, the family was pursued by unknown forces who were primarily after Bell and his daughter Betsy. They were attacked physically, heard strange noises, and then even spoke with the entity, who identified herself as the Bells' former neighbor, Kate Batts, seeking vengeance from beyond the dead for some unknown wrongdoing. Betsy's marriage to a local boy is said to have been halted by the creature, which is also thought to have slain John. According to one Bell Witch website, the haunting is supported by an abundance of evidence, including eyewitness stories, affidavits, and manuscripts authored by those who experienced the haunting firsthand. The farm and cave are now open for visits on a regular basis. Number 4. The White House, Washington, D.C. The White House may be the home to the president, but it's also said to be home to many notable spirits. President Ronald Reagan reportedly regaled dinner party guests with tales of his dog screaming at phantoms and his daughter, Maureen, waking up to a translucent figure appearing out of the Lincoln bedroom window. It's possible that it was President Lincoln himself coming to his childhood home in the hopes of reconnecting with his wife or son. Winston Churchill, the British Prime Minister, is said to have seen Lincoln's spirit while stepping out of the bathtub. According to Mental Floss, Lincoln and his wife, Mary Todd, attended seances in the White House in the hopes of communicating with their son Willie, who died of typhoid, possibly as a result of polluted water piped into the White House. They never reached out to their son, but claimed to have contacted President Andrew Jackson, who was lounging in his former bedroom. According to the White House Historical Association, President William Henry Harrison, the only president to die in the White House, is still there. Former presidents aren't the only ones who haunt the halls of the White House. Abigail Adams, the wife of President John Adams, is reported to do her laundry in the East Room, while Dolly Madison, wife of President James Madison, is said to visit the gardens that she had helped to plant. Number 3. The Sallie House, Atchison, Kansas. The famous haunted mansion is undoubtedly familiar to everyone who watches ghost hunting shows. Because of a family's strange experiences there, this plain home in Kansas is supposed to be the dark lair of a devil who assumes the guise of a little girl. Deborah and Tony Pickman, new renters in the early 1990s, claimed to have witnessed weird happenings such as lights flickering, apparitions, possessions, unexplained voices, and strange scratches, markings, and burns on their bodies. These events appeared to have been caused by the ghost of a young girl named Sally. Bobby and Colleen Humbard and their daughter Heather claimed to have seen or heard Sally, whom Heather claimed to be her imaginary friend. Number 2. Franklin Castle, Cleveland, Ohio. This massive Victorian mansion is known as Ohio's most haunted house, and it's easy to see why. It was created in the 1800s by Hans Tidman, a notoriously vicious and abusive guy in Cleveland. Those rumors were confirmed when a spate of inexplicable deaths in Tidman's family occurred in the residence. Emma, Tidman's daughter, was one of the numerous persons who died abruptly at the house, reportedly as a result of diabetic complications. Tidman's mother and 3 more children died later. Louise Tidman, Tidman's wife, died as well, allegedly from liver disease, but there are many allegations that Tidman was to blame. Other family members, including his niece, a possible illegitimate daughter, and possibly his mistress, are also suspected of being murdered. Shortly after his wife died, Tidman moved out of the house. Since the tragedies, the house has moved from owner to owner, including a German Socialist Party chapter that stayed for 55 years. Rumors circulated that the mansion was actually a hideaway for Nazi agents. Recent investigations have uncovered disturbing evidence of foul play, including human bones hidden beneath the walls. Number 1. Biltmore, Asheville, North Carolina. This elegant holiday home was built in the 1800s by George Washington Vanderbilt II. It has since developed a reputation as one of the most haunted locations in the state and country. While nothing heinous appears to have occurred on the property, the home's former owners appeared to be highly active in afterlife. Vanderbilt's assets were transferred to his children after he died in 1914, and they opted to open the house to the public. That appears to be when the action began. Visitors have reported hearing a woman's voice calling his name, probably Vanderbilt's wife Edith, and seeing ghostly apparitions. The estate also has a lot of hidden entrances and corridors, which add to the house's overall creepiness. According to the estate's website, anyone can tour the estate independently or with a guide. If you want to make a lengthy trip out of it, there are winery tours and places to stay nearby. There is, however, no specialized ghost tour. Do you know any other place to add to this list? Let us know in the comment box below. Please give this video a ghoulish and subscribe to this channel for future updates.